Days.
Oh, for sure. Let's go ahead and take it over to our chief meteorologist, Jason Smith, to talk about the kind of day we're having. Not bad out there.
Much better as expected. The winds are out of the south. It's kind of breezy, but that's the right direction to give us a warming trend. And we've got more warm weather. The question will just be, will we see some raindrops? I think you'll like the temperatures as we head towards the weekend. Here's what we have going on out there right now. Our futurecast shows some scattered clouds across the area. But tomorrow, we're going to see the potential with this southerly flow for a few isolated showers in our area. It doesn't look like a ton of rain, kind of widely scattered. Some of the high-res models showing a little bit more than this version of the futurecast, but it's just going to be a little showery. We've got a line of storms that will start to drop into the area. At this point, there's no formal severe weather risk, but we may get some rumbles and some downpours, and that will happen in the early morning hours of Friday. And it's possible Friday morning we wake up to wet conditions in some spots. You can see right around 6 a.m. some scattered showers and storms, and that'll push through. By the afternoon on Friday, we clear out and we should be good in time for the weekend, and it's mainly a temperature forecast going forward. Right now, we mentioned the warmer weather, and traffic's moving. It's slowing down a little bit, getting into the Wallace Tunnel. We're at 70 degrees in downtown Mobile. The camera's shaking a little with the gusty winds, and our Eastern Shore Toyota Hyundai view looking pretty good. Our satellite radar picture here shows no isolated showers really of consequence in the area yet. Maybe a couple of sprinkles up into Greene County to monitor. Our temperatures will not be cold tonight. Last night was a little better, but it was still chilly. Tonight, we're thinking lows in the lower 60s in many spots. So we're looking at milder temperatures for overnight lows, for daytime highs. I'll take you through that extended forecast coming up.
All right, Jason, see you in just a few. Well, covering the State House now, lawmakers on both sides rejecting a bill the sponsor says is intended to inform you about hospital staffing levels.
Alabama political correspondent Jessica Umbro is live outside the State House to explain this bipartisan block.
Continuing coverage now in the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. It's in its 25th day now. Her family is making a major plea for help.
They are offering a $1 million reward. That's for information leading to their mother's recovery. Guthrie's daughter, Today anchor Savannah, posting a tearful video on social media acknowledging that her mom might already be gone.
The FBI says it has received more than 22,000 calls since the investigation started, including 750 credible tips just this week. Despite the massive search, investigators say they still have no leading theory on a motive.
Experienced search teams from Mexico and the United Cajun Navy are joining the effort, using dogs and thermal drones to search the area.
No freezes is good for our local strawberry farms, right? We are officially in strawberry season, and several of those farms in our area are making sure we have the freshest ones right in our homes. That includes one farm in Baldwin County. Fox 10's Stephen Moody visited them this morning and has more on the process.
You'll smell them before you see them. That's how fresh the strawberries are here at Seasons in the Sun in Baldwin County. They were up early Wednesday morning loading hundreds of berries into vehicles to deliver them straight to customers, and people always want more.
As soon as we make a stop, you know, the smell comes out and it just permeates the air. So even not just the customers that are there to pick up their berries at the locations that we stop, but people that are driving through the parking lots, they see it and they're like, hey, can we buy some berries? So we always try to carry extra so we can sell.
And they take a lot of pride in their work, especially because of how tough the farming industry is.
Farming itself is rough because you have the elements that you have to contend with, but we do grow hydroponically in greenhouses, so that's a little more controlled environment. But in field farming, yeah, I mean, it's the cold, it's the heat, it's the rain, it's the lack of rain, it's the bugs, it's the fungus, it's, you know, you have so many things to contend with.
They also have a farm delivery service that delivers fresh fruits, veggies, and other produce straight to the doors of residents, all to help people realize how important local farming really is.
It's important that people do know that they are farms still around, and there's a lot of smaller farms, and you should support whichever one's in your area.
Stephen Moody, Fox 10 News.
Okay, fans of the hit show Heated Rivalry will soon be able to stay at one of their filming locations.
All right, the infamous house where Shane and Ilya had their secret retreat during the final episode will be available on Airbnb starting March 3rd. Fans will be able to experience the cottage in Ontario, Canada.
Okay, so the cottage is on the western shore of Lake Muskoka, and it has a private waterfront, kayaks, canoes, plus a fire pit outside. The rental is about $180 a night.
Okay, Heated Rivalry debuted November 28th on HBO Max. The Canadian-based show averaged 9 million viewers per episode in the U.S.
So you've heard about it, but you've not seen it yet.
No, I have not watched it. I don't have HBO at this moment, but it is a huge deal. So many people are obsessed with it.
Are you on that rotation, Shelby, where you're...
I do. Listen.
I love how she slid. I don't have it at this moment.
You have to save money, cut costs where you need to, and I don't need all of them. So HBO had to go until the new season of Game of Thrones, not knockoffs, but spinoffs come out.
June.
Then I'll get it back.
Yeah. I said, Shelby, have you seen the trailer for the new? Anyhow, we're diverging. Let's continue on with this.
Okay. All right, the nominees for the class of 2026 inductions into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame are now known. The announcement coming just this morning. There's 17 nominees, including Phil Collins, Mariah Carey, Lauryn Hill, Luther Vandross, as well as Pink, Wu-Tang Clan, and Shakira.
Billy Idol, New Order, just some of the nominations included after missing an induction last year. Two sets of musical brothers, the Black Crowes and Oasis. There are also repeats on the list.
10 of the nominees are first-timers, and they'll be revealed in April, along with inductees in 3 special committee categories: musical influence, musical excellence, and the Ahmet Ertegun non-performer award. Lenise, you're well rounded on that one, but yeah, Phil Collins. First off, he's not doing so well health-wise.
Oh,
so I think that this could be important for him in his time of his life right now.
Well, I saw. Speaking of the Wu-Tang Clan, I saw a headline. One of the founding members, a producer, I believe, has died yesterday, responsible for the group and their clothing line. So maybe this would be, a win for him as well, posthumously. It's great to be recognized for your work, but these guys, they don't need that, right?
No.
They don't need it.
Just a little cherry on top. The women's U.S. hockey team is invited to celebrate their Winter Olympic gold medal with rapper Flava Flav.
Okay. In a social media post, Flava Flav said he would be playing host to the Olympians in Las Vegas. And he said it would be a celebration with nice dinners and shows and good times.
The founding member of Public Enemy is no stranger to supporting both the Winter and Summer Olympics. In 2024, he was the official hype man for the U.S. water polo teams at the Paris Summer Games.
In the Winter Olympics in Italy, Flav was the backer of Team USA's bobsled and skeleton squads. I love how he is just really, he went head first. He dived right into this. Good for him.
I just can't not think of the show that he was on, the reality show.
What was that called?
Flavor of Love. Yeah, that's it. And so I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to party with Flavor Flav.
You watched that?
I did, a little bit here and there. Probably behind my parents' back.
Yeah, you did.
A little risque when I
didn't watch that.
Young.
I didn't watch it.
You're missing out.
Okay, next up, we're going to highlight a local nonprofit with a goal to help the cause of other nonprofits.
Yeah, we're going to have more on how you can get involved in a live studio interview next, and we'll also have this story. Well, the official start of spring is still more than 3 weeks away. Hold on. But for the 1 in 4 U.S. adults and nearly 1 in 5 children who suffer from seasonal allergies,
yeah, they're having a hard time. And now is the time that you need to get ready before the onslaught of symptoms. And your Health Minute, Mandy Gaither, is speaking with an allergist about the steps you can take before the allergy season starts.
It's almost that time of year again. The flowers, the sun, the pollen ready to pounce.
And you definitely don't want to wait for the onset of symptoms.
Dr. Rohit Katyal with National Jewish Health says if you suffer from seasonal allergies, now is the time to get ready before spring has sprung and symptoms are triggered so the reaction isn't as extreme.
And in most places in the United States, the trees go first. So those who are tree allergic, they're going to feel the most symptoms here early in the season.
To prevent severe allergy symptoms, Katyal says to go ahead and start using steroid nasal sprays, which can help reduce inflammation, swelling, and mucus in the nose. He says most should be sprayed once a day before and throughout the season.
That's a great one to start, but that can't be used as needed. Once somebody begins those nasal steroid sprays, they should be used daily.
Katyal says to take daily oral antihistamine medication as needed. If your allergies tend to start earlier, he says it's okay to take the pills in advance. But if your spring symptoms are late bloomers, like if you have grass allergies, consider starting the pills closer to grass season around late April.
If you tend to have really severe eye symptoms where you really have a lot of daily itch, then the eye drops are also a nice addition to the regimen.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Want to get you caught up on the stories we'll have for your most local news at 5.
Yeah, first we are learning more about what sparked a mass shooting the night of Joe Cain Day. One suspect has been arrested and police say they're looking for more.
And also 2 people have died in 3 days in Mobile. The latest incident on Highway 90. We are finding out what's being done to keep people safe and whether you think Mobile is walkable. Also, the Battle of the Cannon between Murphy and McGill. That has not happened this year. It's the first time since 1935. We're going to speak with a former coach and current AHSAA rep all about this. We'll have those stories coming up in about 10 minutes, so stay close.
I'm Sarah Wall. Today on In Depth, we are talking about a push to provide no-cost breakfast for all students in Alabama public schools. There is a nonprofit organization that is asking the legislature to get involved and increase funding to make this program happen. We're taking a look at this push for no-cost breakfast and what could it mean for local schools and students. We're also taking a look at food insecurity numbers here in our area. And you can check it out on In Depth with Sarah Wall. It's on our Fox 10 Gulfstream TV app, our Fox 10 Facebook page, and on our Fox 10 website, fox10tv.com.
When we come back, a barber is going above and beyond to make sure every customer feels at peace, even closing his shop to give one special young man the perfect haircut. We're going to show you the great adventure on Fox 10 News at 4 when we return. Did you know the most meaningful conversations can happen without a single word being spoken?
For one mom, finding the right barber for her nonverbal son felt like an impossible task.
Then a viral recommendation led her to a shop where compassion is always in style. Alexa Urbach shows us how a simple haircut turned into a life-changing friendship.
I want people to be so at peace they feel they can let their guard down.
Whether walking or rolling into wavelengths.
Ooh, that is beautiful.
Barbershop owner Keon says he wants everyone who comes through his doors to feel at ease.
Some people talk to you with their eyes, with their soul, with their laugh, and with their smile. Ain't that right? Like that. See, he know what's going on.
It's that kind of kinship that drew in Christian Morgan and her son.
We were struggling to find a new place to go where Caleb's needs weren't overwhelming.
After Keon's name was buzzing on social media, Morgan is now overwhelmed with gratitude.
They go above and beyond to make somebody like Caleb comfortable.
Keon even closed his shop just for Caleb so he could settle in and feel comfortable. Normally, Caleb's mom would hold him during a haircut, but this time, Keon took the lead.
And he was like, no, I got this. I was able to move and flow with Caleb the way that Caleb needed.
Yeah, don't that feel good? I wanted to give him some texture in his cut, a little bit of volume, and a nice taper.
Caleb's haircut was shaped by more than clippers. It was crafted with care and attention.
I'm gonna cry. People who love people really matter more now than ever.
As for what Caleb thinks of Keon,
yeah, I'll translate for Caleb real quick. Let me find out.
Keon says they're like video game partners.
So he said he's Mario, I'm Luigi. He said that we are on this great adventure called life together, and I think everybody else should pick up a controller and play too.
Our Shelby Myers in studio now with what she found out.
And Shelby, a former FBI agent, offering his knowledge on this gang.
Yeah, he did, Lenise and Cameron. The Sureños, or Sir 13, originated in Southern California. Tim White tracked them while working with the FBI in the Golden State. I asked him and local law enforcement if that gang is here locally or if this arrest is a one-off. The man charged with taking Aurelia Chakak and her 2 children, Narika and Anthony, is far more dangerous than authorities first realized. Mobile County Sheriff Paul Birch says Hector Gamaliel Argueta Guerra, who told authorities his name was Juan Carlos, is a known Sureños gang member. He's from El Salvador and has warrants out of his home country for alleged terrorism and organized crime. So what is the Sureños gang?
It started as a relatively simple street gang that was worked in the neighborhoods in LA, but it was also in San Diego, all through Southern California for the most part, but not on the top of our radar.
Tim White worked with the FBI in Southern California from 1987 to 2003. He says the Sureños gang was there, but not one of their most prominent gangs. According to the FBI, the Sureños, Spanish for Southerners, originated in Southern California. They pay tribute to the Mexican mafia and also go by the name Sir 13. In 2011, the group was said to be expanding faster than any other national-level gang in the United States. Besides Argueta Guerra's arrest, I asked local law enforcement if it's a gang they're tracking in Mobile or Baldwin counties. Mobile police say they are not currently tracking the Sureños in the city. A Baldwin County Sheriff's Office spokesperson says they haven't had any run-ins with the members of the gang either, but they do deal with some localized community-type gangs in the county, and the cartel does have some reach in Baldwin County. But the spokesperson says it's nothing on the national scale as the Sureños. So what kind of crimes are Sureños gang members known for?
I would say that's the human trafficking, sex trafficking, prostitution stuff, along with the drugs, is really their niche. That's what they've done forever. That's what they'll do. That's the stuff that's really doesn't take a lot of, highbrow thinking. It's pretty simple, and so it's easy money. It's a horrible crime.
According to the FBI, murder, extortion, drug, and human trafficking and prostitution are their most common crimes. And tonight, while Argueta Guerra sits in Mobile Metro Jail, Aurelia Chakak and her 2 children, Narika and Anthony, have now been missing for nearly a month. Argueta Guerra, who's accused of taking them, is a known gang member, as we mentioned, with an international criminal record, and authorities say he is not telling them where they are. So if you know anything about the whereabouts of the Chalk family, contact the Mobile County Sheriff's Office. In the studio tonight, Shelby Myers, Fox 10 News.